Google AdWords campaigns for manufacturers, most of the time, they suck. What's up, guys? In the office all day today after some long travels, so getting a lot of stuff done, catching up on things. Just got off call with a prospect, wanted to give some tips about Google AdWords campaigns. If you go to a marketing agency that doesn't really specialize in manufacturers, they do a little bit with a lot of work in the PPC space on Google AdWords campaigns, they're going to tell you that's an effective way to drive traffic and get leads, and they're going to say things like, we're going to get 20 leads to your website. Look, if you're in manufacturing, especially services, if you get 2 good leads a month that are solid leads, that's a good day. That's a good month. So be weary of agencies that say they're going to get you all these ton of leads, a ton of leads, and just understand that they probably don't exactly know your business. Here's the issue with Google AdWords campaigns is you don't know the intent behind the reason why the person's searching. You don't understand their intent. It could be a student, it could be a researcher, it could be a competitor, it could be somebody that's just looking to do some initial research on what it is that they're looking for, possibly, or it could be somebody that's actually looking to purchase what it is that you're doing. I'm not saying PPCs don't work for everybody, but for most people in manufacturing, they're not as effective because a small percentage of the time, the people that are actually looking to purchase are going to Google search and clicking those ads. Look, in 2018, people are smart enough to know what an ad is, which is those top 3 to 4 positions on a search, and what organic is, which is below that, and then ads at the bottom. So a lot of times people skip over those ads, the AdWord campaigns. But the issue that this particular prospect was running into is they just spent a ton of money, 6 months, on PPC campaigns with a local agency that said that they were going to do all this great stuff for them. And at the end of the day, they were left basically holding the bag of one lead that wasn't even qualified. It was an inventor, which a lot of our manufacturing service clients get. They were just an inventor, and it didn't really work out well for them. They ended up pulling out of the contract. It was on a month-to-month, and they pulled out. They reached out to me and basically just asked, what is it that we do differently? So the biggest thing with the PPC campaigns, not understanding what the intent is behind the search. Without knowing that, you're kind of shooting in the dark. Better tactics to use: LinkedIn advertising, build out campaigns strategic to companies, strategic to people, functions at that company. Looking at, you take a list of 100 companies, we build out campaigns only showing to those 100 companies, then you say you want purchasing, engineering, operations, or whoever it is that you're going after, add those job functions in. Those are the only people that are going to see the ads on LinkedIn. So you have 100% control over who's going to see your ad. And the great thing about that is that you know that you've already pretty much pre-qualified them because you think that you're a good fit. So therefore, they're already pre-qualified. If we're running the campaigns and we're creating the graphics for our clients, the graphics are solid, they're relevant. We're sending them to a landing page that is relevant to what it is that the ad's talking about, and then you get engagement, you get clicks, and you get leads. But you're not going to get 10 to 20 a month when you're trying to sell $1 to $5 million a year contracts if you're on the service side. The downside to it is that it's expensive because you can go into such strategic targeted market. LinkedIn knows that, and they charge you more for it. So, not trying to compare LinkedIn advertising to PPC direct because they have their differences. But if you're going to spend money on PPC, don't spend it on AdWords. Number one mistake that we see clients make when they've got a PPC campaign is that they will not do the right keyword match. So you've got broad match, you've got phrase match, and you've got exact match. And you can Google to look up those terms. Most of them are doing the broad match, which means if you sell packaging or corrugated, that word just has to be in whatever phrase it is that the people search. So you get a bunch of BS coming through and your ad's being shown, and then a lot of people just click the first thing they see and you're charged the money. So the number one thing that we see first is that it's not set up to the right match. They don't have the right keywords. Most of the time, the ads themselves suck. They're not creative. They're not trying to persuade somebody or hook them into something that it is that they do. It's just, company name, we've been doing this for 50 plus years, this is why we're awesome, whatever it is, some generic stuff. The next thing that we see that people don't do correctly is site links underneath the ad. So when you see an ad, you've got the blue text underneath it, whether it says it's a hyperlink to internal pages and there's 5 of them, or hyperlink to an address, or there's a hyperlink to a phone number that you can just tap on your mobile and call them. What you want to do with your Google AdWords campaigns is make them as tall as possible, because that's going to get the most attention. That's another thing that we see that clients that do run it don't do very often. But we used to run PPC campaigns years ago when they were slightly more effective, and with LinkedIn's advertising platform coming up over the last 2 years and doing sponsored posts, we offer PPC as a service because sometimes it does work, and it's important to have a portion of your advertising spend in it, because it is a good way to continue to get brand awareness on things that your organic SEO isn't already ranking for. But if you've got $1,500, $2,000 a month and you're going to spend it on PPC, no way would I say do it on Google AdWords PPC. I would 100% say push that over to LinkedIn advertising. You're going to get way more bang for your buck, and it's going to be way more qualified. So be careful if you're doing PPC, really audit your stuff. You can shoot it over to us. We'll take, we could take a look at it. But if you're doing it, audit your results, check the bounce rate that you see on your Google Analytics. So if you're doing PPC AdWords, you better have Google Analytics set up on your site. Check that bounce rate, because I guarantee that if you're not checking it, your bounce rate, which is the percentage of people that come to your site and then leave right away. So they clicked your ad and look at the referral on your Google Analytics, referral from Google AdWords campaigns. They clicked your ad and then they left. A lot of times it's 98% of traffic leaves. You want to get good campaigns, you want to get that number below 70%, below 60%. That's really where the sweet spot is. So if your PPC campaigns on Google AdWords are 80% or above, your shit's jacked up and you need to make some changes. So take a look at that. Just be very cautious using PPC. Don't dive into it too deep. If it's working for you and you've got a product or service and it just happens to work, keep going at it. But even if it's working, try and make it better. Look at the analytics. Always go back to Google Analytics. Data does not lie. And that's the best place for you to go in to see how effective is this really working. So that's it for today. Short video. As always, like, comment, and share. Like yesterday's vlog, I need subscribers on YouTube. Please hook me up. I need 100 so I can get that custom URL, and then we're going to be blowing shit up from there even further. Talk to you guys soon.